Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We've all been there. You walk out to the coop and see your favorite hen just off. She's hunched up, refusing her favorite treats, or standing still for a long time like she's lost in thought. Often we label this as a depressed chicken, but it's usually a red flag for a medical issue. In the first video of this mini-series, we addressed other chicken ailments that exhibit similar symptoms: egg binding, wrinkled, shellless, and sandpaper eggs, and lash eggs. These issues can develop into more serious problems very quickly if not taken care of in time. In this episode, we look at 3 more issues that you can safely treat at home. Today, I'm showing you 3 home remedies I keep in my own chicken's medical arsenal. As I always stress, however, your best option is to take your chicken to a veterinarian whenever you notice that she's under the weather. But we all know that this isn't always possible. I usually suspect one of these issues when a hen is not eating and seems depressed: ingestion of a toxin, an impacted crop, a slow crop, or a sour crop. First up is the treatment for something that is ingestion of something toxic. This is the sponge. This is for when you suspect your bird has eaten something they shouldn't have, maybe some moldy feed, or a bad egg that broke inside her or another chicken. I mention this specifically because it's something that recently happened to one of my girls. For this treatment, we use something that has the ability to mop up or sponge up toxins, something that acts like a magnet, drawing out the toxins before they hit the bloodstream. And that something is called activated charcoal. It's actually pretty amazing how it works. For this remedy, you'll need 1 teaspoon of activated charcoal powder. Your hen isn't likely to eat this on its own, so I like to mix it into a little bit of their feed, a small amount of raw honey, or scrambled egg, or something they can't resist. But what if she's refusing to eat? In this case, you'll need to mix the charcoal with a little water and a tiny amount of raw honey to make it more palatable. Then use the dropper to gently administer the dose. When administering any form of liquid to a chicken, always aim for the right side of the beak, never the left side, and avoid the back of the throat or the center of the tongue, as all of these risk liquid entering the trachea or windpipe, causing aspiration and resulting in death. By the way, don't be alarmed by her darker than usual droppings. It's just the charcoal that you're seeing. Now, this next condition is one I actually check for before checking for the others, because in my flock, it seems to be more common. If you feel the base of her neck in the morning and it feels like a hard golf ball that hasn't gone down overnight, you're likely dealing with an impacted crop. A chicken's crop should empty overnight and feel flat the next morning. An impacted crop is essentially a traffic jam in her digestive system. In fact, you can usually feel actual grains of feed or grasses inside it. Our remedy here starts with coconut oil or olive oil. The prep: warm up 1 teaspoon of oil until it's liquid. Gently tip her head up slightly and drip the oil carefully a little at a time into the side of her beak. Never squirt any liquids down a chicken's throat. Patience and care is the mode of administration here. Now, this next step is going to take a little work, but it's the most important part. You need to spend about 10 minutes gently massaging that lump. You're trying to manually break up that mass so that the oil can lubricate it and move it along. It's a labor of love, but it works wonders. You might have to repeat it 2 or 3 times a day for a couple of days if it's really bad. Finally, the slow crop. A slow crop is a condition where the chicken's digestive system isn't moving as quickly as it should and can actually lead to sour crop, a more serious fungal condition that requires an antifungal medication. A slow crop is essentially a mild digestive lag where the food is moving, just not at the normal pace. If the crop feels somewhat full or doughy in the morning rather than flat, it's slow. Sour crop, on the other hand, is more severe. If you would like to know more about sauerkraut and how to treat it, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next video in this series. For those general cases of slow crop or mild digestive upset, we look to a Homestead classic, apple cider vinegar, or ACV, but it must be the kind with the mother. This acts as a natural gut tonic, keeping the pH levels balanced and preventing bad bacteria from taking over. The mix, 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. A critical safety tip here, only use plastic waterers for this. Vinegar is acidic and will eat through metal waterers, which can actually leach toxins into the water, the exact opposite of what we want. As you treat your bird, watch her droppings. They tell the whole story of what's happening inside. If she starts preening her feathers and looking for snacks again, you know you're on the right track. These are home remedies for early intervention. But remember, above all, a veterinarian is always your best option if possible. If you're dealing with something like egg binding or wrinkled eggs, that's a different protocol. Check my attached video for help with that. As always, I hope you don't have occasion to use any of these remedies and that your hens are happy and healthy all of their lives. But in case you ever do, I hope you found this video helpful enough to consider subscribing so that you can revisit it if you ever need to, and so that you don't miss the next video in this chicken health mini-series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.